So now you have published 2 books on economic evangelism.
Yes.
So let's talk about your passion some now. We
Okay.
started this conversation talking about, kind of how we, had to come our way from where we were and trying to get our people back around to creating our own opportunities, which a lot of us have. We've come a long way. There are a lot of successful.
We came a long way, but we got a long way to go.
Got a long way to go. Here, my thing is we can spread the wealth better. We can do a better job at that.
And most of the wealth that we're going to spread is intellectual wealth. Because if once you got this, they can't take that away from you.
That's right.
Now, that's what we got to teach our children. You want to learn how to make your own money? Soon as you ask your child, you can ask your 5-year-old grandson, say, do you want to make some money? And he's going to say, yes.
Yes. So tell me about economic evangelism. What is that about? That's a passion project?
Right. Well, economic evangelism is the first one, was a bold new movement for financial improvement.
Okay.
Just how do you take a product? How do you move it? How do you have fun with it? And, financial improvement for yourself.
Okay.
I rewrote the book that said Economic Evangelism, bridging the church, the business community, and grassroots economics.
Wow. Okay.
Something
so you
never been
kind
done.
of on a macro level with that.
Never been done in the history of mankind. The church has never got together with the business community, and they done that part well. Some churches got a lot of business members in their church, right? They never took it that one last step further.
Okay.
Is dealing with a community activist.
Gotcha.
But they go to the church too.
I wonder if back in the 60s and 70s, so the Black churches did a better job of that.
I don't know about
it's kind of one of our only platforms, right?
Say it one more time.
Well, Black churches were one of our only platforms for entrepreneurship at one time.
Well, a lot of times it was the only. But I love this because it's nobody's fault. We can say the church is not doing enough. We can say the business community is not doing enough. We can say the grassroots people are not doing enough. So everybody got to take a share in the newness of where we're going. I'm not saying to blame. Ain't nobody to blame.
Right, right.
When you don't know, you don't know. It's hard to grow when you don't know. Okay?
Amen.
We take that economic evangelism system to the max, and we understand it.
Yeah.
That the church and the businesses that are in that community around the church. There's a word that I want people to really understand.
Okay.
And it's called community impact centers. That's what churches are.
Community impact centers, yeah.
But the businesses that are surrounding that church, they're community impact centers as well. Activists, community activists and youth activists. You are a community impact center.
Yeah.
So can you imagine taking all those little, let's take 30035. We got all these churches and businesses around these impact centers, right?
Right.
And we got all these community leaders in that community. Once we begin to get the word out, and the word gets in them, right? The word. So we get the word, and it will say, "Look, we help God's people prosper."
Yeah. Yeah.
So we get that simple language. We help God's people prosper because God is in the blessing business, but we are too. We're in the blessing business. God allowed us.
We're made in His likeness. Yeah, we're made in His likeness.
Once we begin to talk the same language, this is why we having it it's hard. Well, this is why it's easier to advance, because I think we have the tools and the technology to teach each other and
Right.
to reach each other, right?
We just got to make the connections. We just got to, yeah.
And once we make those connections, it's all it is a belief system.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if we all begin to agree and believe and agree on something that we need younger, stronger business owners, we need to develop our youth and young adults to be business leaders.
Yeah.
And we all agree on that. We said, yes, that's something that our community, not just the Black community, all communities.
Right.
Well, you see, other nations of people teach their children how to get that money. Believe me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So someone, if I was if I had a program at church, or I had the pastor's ear at church, and I wanted to organize, and you have the model for that. You're saying you have a model. You've written that book, so I'm going to get a hold of your book. Yes. And maybe have you come in. Could you come in and maybe train, teach, hold a seminar, workshop, kind of help us get organized?
Yeah. That's what it's all about.
There it is. Economic Evangelism. I'm going to post the link to buy the book too, because I think it's important for us to have a blueprint, because a lot of people, we understand where we need to go.
Right.
We need someone to give us a blueprint.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's very important. And that's not, in any organization, any successful business, there has to be a blueprint.
Yeah.
So anytime if a strategy is going to work, it needs a blueprint and it needs a guide, and there needs to be some consistency in how we go about this thing. Yes. So I would recommend buying the book and using the book as your blueprint for organizing for your business, even if you plan on forming a nonprofit, and through that nonprofit become an empowerment center, right? An impact center, right? There you have a blueprint. You have someone's written how to do it for you.
Yeah. With you.
And with you. And with you. See that passion. That's what I love. This is amazing. I'm going to, we could talk all night. And I think that there are other conversations that you and I need to have. So I'm going to end this conversation tonight with, I want to let you guys know how to get in touch with Sir Mark Haggins, and reach out to him, find out more about what he can do to help you start creating your legacy via products, right? And via economic evangelism, a blueprint.